Hi. I wanted to, this is my first try to do my weekly reading on Periscope. One of the things that I'd like to do for the LGBTQA community, and I throw A in there. If you don't know what A is, it's an ally. We need allies in order to support the community and be vocal for the community in a way that those of us who are in cannot. So this reading is not just for LGBTQ, but it is also for those allies that are doing amazing work and supporting us. So this is a general reading for the LGBTQA community for the week. So it's not just specific readings. What I'm going to do is come back in a little bit and I'll open up for some really brief readings for folks. So I hope this is interesting to you and it gives you an idea of kind of what my reading style is, and then we'll get into some of those other readings in a little bit. So first, the layout of this is that I want to focus on health, wealth, and relationships. So it's health, wealth, and relationships in general for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer community and its allies. Thank you, allies. So I'm going to start off with the health card, and the card I drew for health, and I use the handle deck, by the way, if you haven't seen it, it's gorgeous, is the Six of Swords. So one of the things that this tells me, I guess, often is it's about a mental state. So we're going to talk a little bit about mental health, and especially, it's partly in the news recently too. I mean, we saw this shooter in Dallas who is having some issues, and so much more around that. But let's just focus on the task at hand. So mental health for the LGBT community, it's a bit off for the week. I think that you're going to find that whatever your sense of work is it school, is it college, is it high school, is it actually being in a job where you interact with people in order to accomplish something day to day, I think that you're going to find that there are some people you're working really, really well with. I think you're going to find there are some people that you are just defensive around. You're not going to get along. You're going to struggle. It's going to be a challenge. So I think something you can do is explore these interactions with either whoever your tribe is, that trusted group. You can explore these interactions with a therapist if you have one already, or a counselor. You're going to need to work through what those conversations are and what those relationships are. And I think that's going to come up when we get to the relationship piece again. So now let's touch on the wealth side of things. So for our LGBT community and allies this week, health card or wealth card is the Seven of Wands. So I think for this, really, and we'll take this down into a simple level, it's really time to watch your investments, and investments can mean a lot of different things to different people. So be aware of where your money is, how it's working for you, what you're doing with your money. It's really important that you guard it, take care of it, keep an eye on it. It might be a good time to talk to a financial advisor if you have the wherewithal to do that. Or start looking into financial advice via podcast, blog, whatever might be a free resource for you in order to ensure that you are caring for and guarding your money. It's going to be hard for you to do this. It's not something that's easy for a lot of people to do. So don't think that I'm asking you to do the simple way out. I'm asking you to really focus here and be on task. The other thing I would ask is, has Brexit impacted you? I mean, if you have the kind of money where Brexit might have impacted you, this is definitely saying that you need to get a move on all of that. So next I want to talk about relationships, and in general how the LGBTQA community can think about their relationships over the next week. I drew the Four of Cups. If you had seen my quick broadcast yesterday about just a card of the day, or saw it in the history, this is the same card I drew yesterday, so I'm a little fascinated by that. In general, I think there's going to be, and you know what, it comes back to that, the Six of Swords stuff, exploring those relationships and having challenges with what's going to work and people who you're not going to work well with. There's going to be some communication challenges this week. You're not quite going to connect. You're going to have some, this is like emotions on your sleeve type of thing. It's emotional response. You're going to want to take a step back, be thoughtful about where you are, and be considerate about the person who's across from you. But still be aware of your own sense, feelings, where you're coming from. So in general, it's probably going to feel kind of like things aren't taking hold this week. It's going to feel a little bit like shifting sand. I think the only way you're going to feel like you've got some charge of yourself is if you find a way to get that strength from inside. You're going to have to find a way to rustle up whatever it is that gets you going, moves you forward, and makes you successful, and drives you, and use that to rise to whatever occasion that you're in. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this is useful. I am going to now ask you if this was useful, please share it with other people so they can see it. And I'm going to drop off here, come back on in another session, because what I want to do is open up for some questions for you so that you get a chance to ask me some questions while I have this tarot deck in my hands. Actually, I might use the Wild Unknown. We'll see. I'll use the Wild Unknown, or I might be using this Handle deck again. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit.